policy question has to do with the tricky subject of redistricting. What is your stance on redistricting? How do you think it should be done best? And would you support a constitutional amendment that would remove redistricting from partisan legislature and put it in the hands of a nonpartisan citizen panel?
I would, but I think there's a faster way to do it, and that's to change the law. There are two bills right now that are going through the legislature. One, if I remember right, is a Risser-Holsey bill, which would put redistricting with the independent or nonpartisan legislative council. And then the other redistricting bill would be to put it with an independent panel of judges, kind of like the Government Accountability Board. Both of them are good ideas, but I think for some logistic reasons, the best idea is probably with Ledge Council because of what they're already doing. The first bill would be modeled after what's happening in Iowa. We have independent, nonpartisan attorneys that support the legislature. There's about 35 of them. One of the things that they've done is they've put together a program for local government to help with redistricting. So if you're the clerk and you're thinking, how am I going to draw the wards in Sun Prairie, you can take the line and move it over here with your computer, and you can see what the statistics look like for Ward 3. And then you can move it over here and see what those statistics look like. And you can play with finding that balance with the right population, and in certain areas, the right balance of minority people. This is a program that already exists, that's in the clerk's office. The clerks are using it right now. I've sat down with them. I've seen how it works. It's already being done by the state. It would be so simple for the legislature to say, you're already doing this at the local level, helping those local people do that. Why not take it the next step and draw, as according to the new bill, as competitive as possible districts, as balanced as possible, as contiguous, meaning they're all in one little block, as balancing the communities of interest, so all of Sun Prairie is in one little block and it's not all carved up. Those are the criteria that the court decisions have looked at and said, this is how we decide whether or not legislative districts are constitutional. And we could do this right now even without going through the constitutional amendment process. And constitutional amendment takes 4 years for this to happen. We could pass this. I mean, granted, we're not going to be drawing legislative districts again, or maybe we are, I don't know. But we could have this done before we go back in 2013 and redraw the legislative districts because the courts kicked it back to the legislature. So this is where I would go with it.